Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Can you hear me, Dylan?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Right here on Main Street TV, where Jules and I are here to share a microphone this morning.
Hi, welcome to our show.
Welcome.
It's our show.
They're just going to sit here.
Not yours.
We're going to talk.
Yeah.
We're going to talk, and they're just going to sit here and look pretty.
So
So
we
what's
talk
going
to you.
on? Oh, my God. I know. I haven't talked to you in so long. I know. Like, if we talk like this, we should whisper like this. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, no, Jules and I are going to share a mic, so it's probably going to look a little awkward, but we did that because we wanted the entire cast to be here all together. So everyone's wondering what all of these beautiful people are doing here. Well, this is the cast of Misery, which will be coming up at the Markay this coming weekend, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Woo! The crowd goes wild. Woo!
Okay.
Look at how well trained I
Jazz
have
hands. Jazz hands. Okay. No, and so we were like, okay, are we all just gonna? We're just all squish on here. It'll be fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, it's great.
It's like fine, and girl fine.
Yeah, it's fine, girl, fine.
All the
every kind
fines.
of fines.
All the fines.
Yep.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, you're doing great.
I'm still really focused on the jazz hands.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really him just being nervous, but it's
Terrified.
okay. No, can we go down kind of the line and tell everybody, who you are and what your involvement is in the play this coming weekend? It's going to be so cool.
I'm Jules. I'm the director.
I'm Doug, and I play Paul.
I'm Coleman, and I play Buster.
And I'm Bethany, and I play Annie.
All right. And again, Misery, which is...
Misery.
So this is the Apple City Players, and so I was thinking as I was driving in this morning, I know you guys kind of did maybe a little bit more of a serious production not too long ago.
Yeah.
But this one might take the cake. I mean, you guys typically do comedies, so I mean, you went from 0 to 100. Like
right.
we start here and then we went here. Like you don't. Misery is one of the literally most probably psychological thrillers out there. So you guys just went for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full send.
Yeah, full send.
Wow.
I mean, I've only got 2 gears. It's really fun or just a sad sack.
Or
so
misery.
this is the perfect thing for me.
Heard. All right. So Jules, if you would kind of explain how this came to be.
Well, they picked their. I'm going to turn it a little.
Yeah, do that.
Do you feel like that's a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
I'm just going to take it totally.
It's fine.
Well, they picked their 23-24 season, and this is their opener. So this is October. This is their first show of the 23-24 season, and it had been on the docket before, right?
Yeah, it kept getting voted down by some of our members, actually.
Well, we came in and changed that.
That's right.
We hijacked that.
Yeah,
we got really method with that as well. But yeah, no, we got that in, and then Kelsey, my wife, she told me, she was at the board meeting, she's like, Misery made it. And I immediately texted Doug, and I was like, if you will consider me for this, please, I really want to direct this. So they allowed me to direct it, which has been fantastic. And we've been working on it since July.
Yes.
Yeah. This has been a long, and we really wanted to just kind of give ourselves plenty of time to work on it and focus on the characters and all of their backstories and their motivations. So it's been an intense process for sure.
Well, and I think thanks.
Back to you.
Back to you, Jen. I think that from what I understand, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I did take the microphone, so I'm going to have to speak for you.
I respect that.
Yeah. But no, I know that Misery is a really dark story anyway, but I've heard through the grapevine that you're kind of taking it to a whole new level. Is that true?
Yeah, I think. Thanks, Jen. Yeah, I definitely think that we are. This is a really it's when you think about Misery, obviously you think Kathy Bates or you think the book, and this is still the same story. We're following all of that, so it's the same outcome and what you know and love and the things that you know. But we've really stripped down the set. It's very minimal. So, Annie's house that you think of with all of her trinkets and this little world, this utopia that she makes that she doesn't have to leave. None of that is there. It is just incredibly stripped down. When I first told them about the play, I made this little
diorama.
I made a diorama.
It was awesome.
Of the stage, and it had a bed and a table and a couple other things. We won't spoil it, but I said, okay, this is it. And then you guys, that's it the whole time.
They're great.
Yeah. Well, because I don't want to speak for you guys, but props and costuming is such a part of theater. Mm-hmm. And so not to take it from you, but how did you guys feel when I showed you this stuff? And I was like, hey, it's really just, I want people to focus on you guys interacting. What were your thoughts on that?
It was a little intimidating because I'm used to, our sets typically have a lot of props and things that I can, mess around with as a character, and there wasn't that. So I've had to learn to really get comfortable with not having all of those things that I would typically do on the stage as part of a character. Does that make sense?
Yeah, as soon as you brought out your little diorama, I was thrilled. Because I could immediately picture the whole play, because of course you're Jules Stewart. You came completely prepared for everything, and there was back to when you said you reached out to me, we talked about it before we even asked you. We couldn't imagine anybody else but Jules doing this. So
that's really nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also couldn't imagine anybody else in these roles too. There's an advantage that Doug and Bethany they have, and sometimes it can work against because they've known. How long have you guys known each other?
30 some years.
Yeah. So, and you've acted.
A few years is what we like to say here.
Yeah. Just a couple golden ages. No big deal. But you guys have acted in many shows together.
Right.
And, when you act across somebody that you know really well, it can be hard to kind of shed that oh, this is Doug and this is Bethany, and they went past that awkwardness and went I remember the first rehearsal I was like, oh, I knew that you guys were going to be able to take it there, and they've worked so hard on it. They've been fantastic. Just seriously fantastic acting, all of them.
Well, very good. And we have Coleman over here, and so we're going to make him talk because he looks like a deer in the headlights right now.
Hello,
Coleman. So, I don't know. Are you new to the Apple City Players?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this remotely.
So are you freaking out?
I'm absolutely terrified. We talked about that last night at practice, too, especially about this. And then, the actual weekend of, I was like, oh, I'm going to mess it up. I'm just going to mess it up.
No, not at all.
They're like, no, you're not. You're fine. You're fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine, not girl fine.
I don't get that reference, but that's okay.
I don't know what that is either.
They don't. Evidently, you don't watch the show.
You don't watch our show.
Oh.
If you don't watch our show, you would. If you watched the show, you would know because Matt Wilson and I explained that explicitly the other day on the program.
Oh, wow!
Yes,
I watched a portion of that.
Yes. Okay. So if you don't know, we have time, so we will explain it to all of you who don't listen to the show. Yeah. So there is the word fine, and there is the word fine when girls say fine.
Okay.
No, okay, I get that.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I understand that concept.
That's girl fine.
Yeah. Okay.
See, they just had to go through it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So fine means something is actually fine.
Okay.
Girl fine means you better run the hell out of the ring.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm fine.
Yeah. That's the one I'm familiar with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything is fine.
What about boy fine? What does boy fine sound like? Duck.
Boy
Here we
fine
go.
is
Here we go. Improv master.
no, it's fine. That's fine.
That means
It means I just don't care.
I'm thinking about something else.
Yeah.
that means meh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 3 fines now.
Yeah.
There is.
So boy fine is almost dismissive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. Just let's stop talking about it. Yeah.
It's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Fine.
So girl fine is very aggressive.
Yeah.
Right.
Usually.
It's fine.
That's
Yeah.
good, Jen.
Yeah.
The face,
Why don't
yeah.
you
I should act,
audition?
shouldn't I?
Yes.
Is it too late to join the misery? No, I think that no. So anyway, that's the fines. So now we have defined,
Ugh.
pun
Oh my
intended,
gosh.
Yeah.
fine here on the program. And if you think that there aren't different meanings to fine, you're bad. You're
Now you know.
real wrong.
Well,
on
I
that.
think that's a great segue.
Uncultured.
Yes. Okay, go for
It's
it.
a great segue into how you can say a word, and it can be have an intention. And then if you change a little bit of an intention, it completely changes who you are and what you mean, which is exactly what I think every single one of the actors have done with the characters.
Ah.
So, you've got the same words that Annie and Paul say, and Buster does the same thing, but it is the way that they have worked on the backstories, the approach that they've taken to the characters. You're not going to walk in and you're not going to see Kathy Bates. It's not going to be the same type of Annie that has been seen before. And they worked really hard on figuring out why do we want to do that, and how can we do that, and what changes do we make. And I think the number one thing that when we talked about in the very, very beginning when we were doing like script reading and stuff is you guys really wanted people to walk out of the theater and feel like they had seen a different side of and maybe understood different parts of the characters.
Yeah, I mean, you've already seen the movie,
Yeah.
so we don't want to do the movie.
Yeah, you don't want to pay
Right.
$15 pre-sale, $17 day of from markaytickets.org to see the same thing on stage. So you're not going to get to.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think that's really. Thanks, Jules. I think that's really, really cool that you guys have made it kind of your own. So I'm curious. So, all right. So just to get my head wrapped around this, you are Kathy Bates, but not Kathy Bates, but in the movie, that character.
Right. I play the character that Kathy Bates plays,
Okay.
Annie.
You're not very nice.
well,
I mean, you're
Do you mean
really
just
nice.
Bethany in
You're
general?
Just, yeah. Well, no, listen.
On the nose.
I love me some Bethany. So no, I would never say that. No, Coltman. So your character is who?
I'm the sheriff. I play the sheriff.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And then you are James Caan,
Yes.
except for not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since he's not with us anymore.
Well-
so that would be even weirder.
Yeah.
Be a tough
And,
play to pull off.
Yeah, I'm Paul.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
So
I'm
Paul is the
writer.
I'm the guy trapped by Annie
Yes.
in her house. Yeah.
So I'm trying to think back because it's been like, I mean, a few years ago since I saw Misery, and I'm trying to think. I think there's a car accident or something, and then Kathy Bates kind of takes you in, and
Yeah.
then it goes from there.
Yes.
And we won't spoil anything past that.
Right.
Okay.
It's basically that he wrecks during a storm, and she saves him and brings him into her house and takes care of him, and then essentially holds him there against his will because he has completed a series of books, and she doesn't want it to be the last one, so she wants him to keep writing.
So she's like, I'm just going to tie you to this bed, and here you are.
Yeah.
So wait, do you guys
Yep.
get to crash a car on the stage? That would be
Very minimal.
Right.
Very minimal.
I mean, I'm just saying you could have done it, and then that could have been like the big thing.
I
The
could-
car driving off the stage.
The big surprise that everyone is excited for, we'll just reveal it, is actually Bethany just crashing a car into the side of the Markay. There you go.
We can only do it once, though, so you have to come to the Friday show.
And it's a wrap.
The police will be there.
It would be great. We'll go ahead and call Brett Hitch ahead of time. It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But no, so when you guys put on a production, I mean, this is like a big deal. And I think that a lot of people don't understand all the work involved. I'm curious, Coleman, as somebody that hasn't, kind of been part of Apple City Players for quite some time, what would you say to people? What made you join? I mean, have you ever acted before in anything?
Yeah, that was pretty close to it. No, I've never done anything like this. And I mean, me and Jules have known each other for so long. Whenever she asked me to do it, it's at first it was a friendly yes, I'll give it a shot. And now that I'm
if I have to,
right. But now that after the table read and then after starting into practices and seeing where everything was going, I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely ecstatic about being a part of it.
He's fantastic.
I have no doubt in my mind.
People are going to be upset at me because he is so good, and he is just. They're going to be. There's one thing that he does so well, and it's the reason why.
Yeah.
I immediately was like, it's Coleman. I can't say what it is because it's a spoiler. But
kissing.
I am a good kisser.
Yeah, look at that sash. This is the part in the show. No, I'm kidding. So he's really good at one thing.
That's the actual secret.
I can't say what it is. You have to come to the show and see. But when you see it, you'll know. And he is fantastic, and he is so genuine. And it's hard not to come in and overdo a cop, because cops kind of overdo it, right? Am I right? Sometimes. I mean that's part of it.
I think the police are awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, just evidently,
this is why I was afraid to be on the internet.
So that's both of us speeding. Who are you gonna get? Yeah. Anyway.
So the deal is, but essentially,
no, cops in general, I guess, actor cops, you've got the.
Yeah.
The Barney Fife thing going on, Yeah.
And there's different levels. It's kind of known that Annie is in the town. Everyone kind of knows that Annie is someone that is exiled herself, and that she might, mentally have some struggles, and she's out on her own. And, he knows that, and he plays it so well from the beginning. He's just coming, he's checking in, he's got a couple of scenes, and each scene that he comes in, he's just really cares. He's truthfully more suspicious and puts the pressure on. And the way that their scenes are is very unique, and but I told him at the play, he is Paul's hope, and that's the one thing that he has. So Coleman's character is always just out of reach. I'll try to be artsy about it. He's always just out of reach. You wish you had more of him, and then when you finally get him, you really do. He comes in with a bang. So
with a bang.
I don't know. I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth on my own show.
No. And that's so great. So, okay, let's talk about, we'll get back to the play, but let's talk about Apple City Players just as a whole. The group formed, it seems like yesterday, but it's been
2016.
In 2016. Pre the C word.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
See, I am artistic.
You
dun,
are.
Dun, dun. I should
solid.
be very I'll be
Do it
now.
You're doing all the live sound for the show. It's just you and a mic.
Just don't. See, I can do it.
Hey, give me your best door knock, but with your mouth only.
No, that's not very good.
That was bad.
I can't.
You don't know.
Yeah, I suck.
Doug?
See, I'm fired
and
already.
This is what Jules does. I mean, she really pulls it out.
No, that's not it.
And tells you suck when it's
right.
Yep.
No, do it different. No. Okay. Yes, that was good.
No, that's really not very good. Let's do that again. It's okay.
just like that. but better.
Is that what you say, really?
No, absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely
she's not like that at all.
She's not tough at all. No, I think that's so cool. But okay, back to Apple City Players. Let's talk about that for a minute. And like, can people join? Like, how do you go about doing all of that?
Yep. You can just contact us through our Facebook, or you can grab one of us after the show. We're always accepting new members. There's a $25 membership for the year?
I think so.
Which gives you the right to like help us choose the shows that we do each season, voting on important things. Not that we have a lot of important things. We're a theater group, but you know, we're not changing the world. But
I mean, maybe.
But you know, it also just there's so many chances for experiences. Like if you don't want to be on stage, you don't have to be on stage. We have some people like my son who was in one of our shows, and then every time after that, he's like, maybe I'll help on your crew, and then he kind of weasels out of that too. But
they weasel out of that too.
But you know, we need sound people, we need light people, we always need people to help us build sets. But I would encourage everybody to try being on stage at least once. Mm-hmm. It's really fun. I mean, Jules made her debut with us last year around this time and was hilarious.
Oh, it was so good.
Coleman, fantastic.
Natural.
Newbie.
Yeah.
Does he have to wear a sash that says like newbie during the play?
Yeah.
I think so.
The whole time.
You don't want
Like-
to you don't want to know what I've had to go through as a new guy at the beginning of this
Not
play.
that there's any hazing or initiation
No.
involved at all.
Nope.
No.
Hey, come over here, new guy.
Watch what you say, Coleman.
Yep. I'm just gonna.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, that's like at the restaurant kind of thing too. I'm always like, hey, new guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to be because, you know, I just couldn't remember people's names. But then it was just like, okay, you're the new guy until there's another new guy.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Sure.
What's your name?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yeah, that was all a joke, though. I'm definitely not. Nothing bad's happening.
We're totally kidding about this. For the love of God, we're kidding.
I need to make this clear that nothing bad has happened to me.
I mean, it is misery. But no, so Apple City Players, you know, was started, like you said, 2016, has grown, and you all do, how many productions a year? Was it
3?
3.
We do 3 a season. At last count, I think this is show number 13 that we've done since 2017. Our first show was 4 Weddings and an Elvis. And yeah, it's crazy to me how many people have come and gone and been involved. And it just, the amount of talent in this area is insane.
And it's awesome because it seems like the last several productions, every single time we've had new people join.
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
We've had new people on stage. So that's great.
You know, and I'm sitting here thinking about, I mean, Coleman lost his mind and jumped right in with 2 feet. But like, I'm thinking about, you know, if you want to be part of it, but you're just not confident enough to just say, I would like to act, like right off the rip. As Doug said, there's numerous ways that you can be involved, whether it be set, light, sound,
costumes.
Yeah, all of that.
Props.
Makeup.
Yeah.
Except for Jules didn't give you any props this time.
But see, and a lot of times that's how we kind of suck people in too. We're like, no, you can just help us do this. And then we're like, you know, the next play's coming up. You might be really good in this.
You'd be really good for this part, yeah.
And that's how we get. I mean, it kind of happened with Jules.
Yeah. So yeah, you've kind of always been involved, but been involved more from like this aspect of directing and whatever. So they actually got you to act?
Yeah. Yeah, I acted in one. It was a year ago. It was October, the October show.
And you didn't die or anything?
No.
Has anyone ever died on stage, like, actually? Like, I mean, like, have y'all, like, anyone passed out and lost their minds or anything like that out of fear?
No.
Close.
Not that I'm trying to scare Coleman over here or anything, but.
I mean, there's always a first time for everything.
Yep.
so-
Yep. There is a first time for everything.
Please don't die.
Well,
We don't want that.
No, this is the kind of show though. If someone did bite the dust, they would be.
This
like,
would be,
oh,
that would be a
this is
good
part
story
of
to
it."
tell.
It's just part of it.
Yeah.
this would be the one show that would make sense
this
for.
would be,
yeah.
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 Yep. Okay. No, I love that. I love that you all have been involved. I love that you're accepting new members and
Always.
and is it okay if you're young? Like if you want to join, it doesn't matter. There's no age limit, is there?
Well, we've even had a few teenagers in the last few productions.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and back in I think 2018 when we did "It's a Wonderful Life," I mean, we had children. I mean, from like 6 and up, in that, and yeah, we've had teenagers in
Very
our last
good.
few shows.
Yeah. Speaking of kids,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's like a collaboration between the Markay and Apple City Players, but we're doing Elf Jr. So as soon as Misery wraps, my wife Kelsey is directing
my goodness.
Elf Jr. the musical. This is a Broadway junior show, guys.
Love that.
Broadway.
And I mean, let's just be honest. Who does not love the movie Elf?
Oh, this play is so funny. Adults will love this show.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so last year, the kids and our sweet Dylan here actually directed Kid Kringle,
Yeah, that's right.
which was super
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah,
all put
that's
in
right.
by all the everything done by the kids and Cindy.
Yep.
Music written by Jules Stewart.
That's
for that
right.
musical.
I still sing that music in my head.
Bethany and I were helping backstage. We had
Like-
our own choreography to your songs that we would do. It was really fun. Dylan saw it. He enjoyed it.
Dylan,
I think
do
Ella
an adult
even
version
joined.
of Kid Kringle. I want to play too.
That was fun.
No, I think that's super cool. A play, put on by the kids and whatever. So Elf Jr. kind of the same concept as far as youth putting this on. Very, very good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. There's gonna be, there's music, there's dancing. We'll have a musical director, which is Courtney Perry, and we've got Kelsey directing it, and we've also got Natalie Elliott. Yep, she's gonna be doing the choreography because there's actual 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, listen, if there's anybody in Jackson that can do the proper toe pop, it is Natalie.
Yeah.
Because she has taught me how to do it.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to practice at Archinetti's in the kitchen all the time.
Do it right now.
Does she have the other olive?
Yes, Natalie has the other olive. Okay, ready?
Do it.
Did you see?
Oh my gosh. Of course I saw. Not only did I saw, I felt it.
3, 2, 1.
Look. Because you were so good, I caught on.
Yeah. All you have to do is the toe pop. Yeah. And if you do this, it helps. No, yes. No, my sweet friend Natalie has the other olive. So I have an olive and she has an olive.
Yes.
And we didn't know that we got puppies at the same time. And you're friends with someone when you do not talk about, they're dogs. They're puppies.
I was like, why are they
Y'all
sharing
are like,
olives?
wait, did you have kids and we don't know about it? Or-
You can
Is
literally
this
buy
like
those
some
in
sort of
bulk.
weird best friend necklace with an olive
I
shape
did not
instead of a
buy
heart?
my olive at Kroger. No, but no, I said, you're friends with someone when you get puppies like within a month of each other and don't talk about it and both name them the same,
Yeah.
same thing.
Yep.
I mean, what are the chances of that happening?
That's great.
I'm like, the only problem is when we get them together, it's like, no, olive, no, olive. But no, Natalie is so sweet too. And yes, and she actually does have a dance background and all that. And she's just a hoot to be around. So between all of the people that you mentioned, the kids are going to have a blast. Yeah.
Definitely.
And she's actually helping Dylan with some esports stuff too.
Yeah, we work on media together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's very good.
So yeah, a little bit of everything.
Good.
All 4 foot tall over,
Yeah.
but we don't talk about that.
It's all combusted in.
Yeah,
So it comes out, boom,
you just have to ask her. Just boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Ask Natalie to explain "we out." Just everybody that sees Natalie say, "I need to know." Jen said to explain what "we out" means.
I will.
Inside joke. Okay, we will move on from there. It is the funniest story, and we laughed so hard about it, but I can't tell it here on the air because
It's one of those.
It's one of those.
Got it.
It's a real life, it happened to us story, and we have laughed about it so hard. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
Anywho, back to Misery. So when's the production?
It's this weekend, Friday and Saturday at 7 and Sunday at 2 in the afternoon.
Okay, and you buy tickets at Markay.
Mm-hmm.
MarkayTickets.org.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-sale $15.
I'm just saying.
Day of, they're more expensive.
You're right. Thank you. Like the fact that Misery is like blurry and it's freaking me out, and I think that's pretty much how the whole thing's gonna go.
Yeah.
It feels
that
like
was
that.
intentional,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
the play
Yes.
feels like that.
Like you don't suck that bad at graphic design.
I hope somebody got a talking to about that.
I mean, Jules can direct a play, but evidently she can't write any letters down. No, it's very fitting for it, and I just want people to know that she did that on purpose.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay, what does suitability mean?
This is the guideline. So this is an adult show. It's important that
Heard.
people know this. So, it's important that, the suitability is on our Facebook. I'll repost this again this week. It's on Apple City Players. It's going to be all in the theaters when you come in. It's going to be in your playbills. But, we encourage people just to check this out. If you're late, we're not letting you in. Can't come.
Okay.
Get there on time. Doors to the theater don't open until 6:45. So you have to wait out in the gallery till 6:45. You're allowed to have photo and video during the pre-show. So before the show starts, the show's plans to start at 7. So you're allowed to take pictures during the pre-show. But during the show, no photos, no videos. It's about an hour and 50 minutes, and there is no intermission. It's straight through.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So you're in there. Once you're in, you're in.
Cool.
And then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Can I pee?
No.
It'll
Bring
add to
a
you feeling
bucket.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, you can pee,
Okay.
but you'll feel weird about it.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
I'll feel weird if I don't.
No, we encourage.
There are bathrooms there. You are allowed to use them. We just lost Coleman altogether.
I'm trying to read them in order. It has strong language, very strong language.
Okay.
Not for kiddos, definitely not. It also has, adult themes. There's violence and there's mentions of mental health and stuff like that is heavier.
Okay.
So trigger warnings on there. And then also there's some haze, a little bit of haze, and there's a little bit of strobe lights that we use.
Okay.
So if you have any problems with that, make sure you know. And I think that's it, right?
Enjoy the show. Enjoy
Yeah, that was also intentional.
I mean, yeah. But you can use the restroom.
You can. Right, guys?
Yeah. I mean, look,
It will be fine.
once this play starts, I never leave the stage for like 2 hours. Everybody else gets to wander off from here and there. I don't ever get to leave. So if I don't get to go to the restroom, no one in the audience gets to go to the restroom.
Oh,
So
it's a challenge.
yeah.
He just called you out.
You're not peeing till I'm peeing.
That's right.
No, yeah, I guess a little, but like when you walk into the theater, you're walking into a show that's already happening. So,
Okay.
this is it's very much more of like, I don't know, it's theater, but it's kind of more of a
It's
like,
really immersive.
it's
Yeah.
immersive. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. I'm
excited.
excited. I'm definitely,
Yeah.
I think this is going to be so awesome. And I think that you're going to sit there for an hour and 50 minutes and be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Has it been an hour and 50 minutes already? Like,
The pacing is really good.
It does move really
It
quickly.
moves really quickly, but
Yeah.
it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
awesome.
And they're on the stage. I mean, like Doug, he does not leave the stage the entire show. There's 23 separate scenes. But you basically see them both the entire time. They never leave the eyes of the audience from the moment that you walk into the theater. So they're fully in it when you walk in. When you walk into Annie's place, and that's where you are. So if you feel like you want to get up and go to the bathroom, that's fine.
In Annie's place.
That's fine.
It's fine.
See what I did?
Should I make the face?
Is girl fine?
Yeah, and do the pop thing after you do it. Say it's fine. That's scarier because you're like nice about it.
Yeah,
like that's
scary.
fine.
Oh, did you see that look on her? You need to be on the stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh.
It's fine. Maybe someday. No. This sounds like so much fun, and we would encourage anybody to join Apple City Players. And even if you don't want to act, there's so much other stuff that you can do. It's just a fun group of people to be around,
yes.
and obviously the Markay is like a just bad A venue.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
Yeah. Can you believe we have that?
No.
It's great.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody
They did
that worked so hard over the years. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
280 seats. Are there even 280 people in this town?
No.
We don't deserve it.
No, we do not.
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, here's like what, 80%?
I know,
Yeah.
yeah, at least 10% right here.
They're just clones of us, so walking around and doing it.
No, I think that's going to be fun. Okay, so let's talk about Elf Junior for a minute. How do people get involved in that if they want to? Is it too late?
No. So
Okay.
auditions are Monday.
Here, I'll give you that.
Bless you, thank you. So Monday, the day after the play. What is that? The 19th. 16th, the 16th at the Markay. All of the audition information is on the Facebook page, the Markay Facebook page. You got to prepare a song, and it's kids 8 to 18. I think it might be younger, elementary to high school.
Okay.
I know.
What is
yeah.
it? What, Dylan?
He missed the cutoff for age.
Too old now.
You're so old, Dylan.
It's sad that the poor kids had to grow up here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry for all the influence I've instilled upon you over the past year and a half, child.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, so you can come. There's auditions on Monday, the 16th, and then Wednesday, the 18th. There's two sets of auditions next week. And you come, you prepare a little song, and then rehearsals start pretty much right after that, 3 days a week. All that stuff will be posted, but yeah, it's gonna be a great show.
And thanks, Jules.
It's funny every time.
Listen,
I'm never not going to laugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna giggle every time that happens.
Back to you, Jules. No, seriously, like Elf, such a fun show, and then just the fact that we are, a third of the way through October already. Can you believe that? I mean. You get into the end of October and it's the holiday season, and the next thing you know, it's going to be Christmas, and the Elf is so appropriate.
It's
so
perfect.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
so it's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
Fun for all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So tell us. All right, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Since we have a few minutes left and all that, what is your favorite part of this play?
Oh, how do you say that without giving anything away?
Yeah.
Like our favorite scene, or like the favorite, I don't know.
What do you like most about it, just in general, I guess?
Doug, you go first.
Well,
back to you, Doug.
because I'm in it. It's honestly.
Oh, dang.
Oh yeah, look
we
at
have some
that.
exclusive photos that
wow.
James Hamilton came down and watched us in a rehearsal.
Nice.
These are exclusive.
Our good friend Matt Wilson was telling me about these pictures. Said they were really, really good.
They're fantastic.
They are.
Yeah.
Right. And you can really, we don't give away too much of the set, but you can see, we don't use any stage lights. So the big can lights that you're used to people seeing in theater, you know what I mean?
Yes.
The big we don't have any of those. So basically, almost the entire lighting setup that we have is all practical lights, which is like a lamp, right?
I'm surprised we're showing that one.
What one? Yeah.
Well, I mean, everyone knows that happens.
What's a
Everyone knows that
sledgehammer?
happens. That's a
What do you
part of it.
mean?
Yeah.
What happens?
So this is actually for a different production.
I've never seen these ones, I don't think.
Yeah, I keep them all hidden.
This is from Thor the musical. This isn't Missouri.
That was one we did a couple years ago. So.
It's fine.
Yeah. So it's mainly lit by, how a lamp would light a room. It's lit by a lot of lamps, and there's other lights, but as you can see.
Look at that one.
Yeah, it's such a good picture.
You can tell I
Such
keep
a
these
good
guys
picture.
hungry. I don't let them see any of this stuff, right?
This is awesome. Ooh, wait, is that you and your shadow? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah. We use a lot of lighting is a big factor in this.
Freaky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's a
I mean, I guess it is. I don't know because I don't see it.
Yeah, we've never seen it.
It's not there.
I mean, we're so immersed in it. I don't even know how it looks or how it feels.
Bethany was talking the other night about we had to start. We've been doing straight run throughs for like, I don't know. I've seen like 20 times by now. We've done like top to bottom of the play, but we had to stop and we started up in the middle for one practice. So we started off at like halfway through the play, and Bethany was like, "All right, you just got to give me my first line," because usually you're thinking about the lines in your play, like, "Oh, I go into this scene and I say this," but you were talking about how
I'm just fully in it. So like from the beginning, I can't just start at the middle because I'm fully in it at the beginning, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. And it messes your flow up because it spews out of you, not like you're thinking about, okay, well, 5 minutes in, this is my line.
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just Doug and me.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's not like anything I've been in ever.
And I've watched them, for months do this, and every single time they do this, they are so present with each other and they are so reactive. It is literally like they do it different every single time. I want people to come every show because you'll see 3 different shows.
And honestly, I mean, Jules, you had such a big part of that because before we even started the rehearsals, we had a few sessions, like acting sessions that Jules took us through. And I'm sure Doug was familiar with a lot of it because he's, trained in a lot of this acting stuff, whereas I just I'm just like a goof on the stage. But no,
I just carry around a sledgehammer for no reason. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yes. See, now she's scaring me.
Yeah.
But no, Jules really helped us get in, or at least me, helped me get into that character and learn.
That is a classic picture right there. Jules in thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the process with you guys, we took extra long for rehearsals and because we really wanted to break down, why they're saying things, because there's a lot of subtext in between them. He becomes aware, and I think it's at a different time than James. Is it James Con. In the book, it's different when Paul becomes aware that he's unsafe and that Annie is not someone that he can trust. In the movie, it's different. And in
I'm Doug. Nice to meet you.
in Paul's version, in this guy's version right here, it's at different times, but it's so it changes so quickly, and you watch that drop happen, and it's so interesting to see them kind of come to it and be so present and not be worrying about this is my next scene.
Right. And that's where you really helped at the beginning, because all of the ACP productions I've done have been comedies. It's been a totally different thing for me. So I wanted to really bring like authenticity to this character that I couldn't have done without Jules' direction, really.
And the thing about Bethany is that, everybody thinks of Kathy Bates' portrayal and like it's crazy Kathy Bates, and Bethany will absolutely break your heart watching this play.
Yeah.
I mean, you will feel things for her that you don't expect to feel. It's amazing.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
We talked about it in the beginning. I was like, what do you guys want people to do when they leave the theater? What do you want someone to feel when they walk out? And I think you said to me that you wanted like the person that you think of in your life that you're like, oh man, that person's a little crazy. Like you want that person to be thought of and like call them, check on them.
Well,
like, because it's real. It's not just
you want to evoke empathy for that human.
And so at the beginning of this journey, like with Jules, I was working on Annie's, backstory, and at the beginning she was something different to me. But as time went on, I really kind of, I don't know, I really kind of built her backstory and in a way that just feels very real to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like she could be anybody.
Yes.
Really, because I mean, everybody has a dark side to them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not as dark as what Annie has.
But I hope not. Or at least not a hardware store closed.
True.
Yeah, they both have done such a good job of refusing to just copy paste, and Doug is trapped in a bed. I mean, he does not move; he's stuck there the entire time, and that's a scary thing. You don't have a lot of props. You're not changing a lot of costumes. You're really not moving, and there are parts in the play I've watched him do it 100 times, and I get teary-eyed every time I see him do it. We'll turn a light on, and Bethany will turn around and see his face in a moment, and she's affected by him. It's not just this crazy person that's going, and they've built this sort of dynamic that I don't think anyone's seen in Misery before, where like they kind of like they need each other. You know what I mean? And it is deep rooted, and it's not just I'm going to get out of here and just you wait. There are levels to, what they bring out in each other. And it brings it in really heavy and deep. And I think that people will really relate to the characters more than they think they would.
Love that.
I think that you're going to get in the car and you're going to be driving. You're going to hit South Street. You know South Street.
I've heard of it.
You're going to turn on South Street and you're going to be thinking, you're going to pass the laundromat and you're going to go, I get it, Annie. I get it, girl.
Girl, I got you.
And then they're going to hit Paul. They're going to see Paul and they're going to be like, you know what, Paul? Totally. 100%. And they're going to think of Buster and they're going to be like,
and they're going to be like, thank God for the sheriff.
That guy right there, somebody get him an actual badge. Yeah. Like, I want him to be the cop that comes to talk to me.
I want him to be the sheriff.
Yeah, I want him to save me.
Yeah.
They're going to feel that way about everybody. I believe it.
That's so good. Wow. I love that. So what is
Back to you, Jen.
Thanks, Jules. How much different is it to do a comedy versus a Misery?
Totally different.
Is it different? Like, is it totally you got to be like, okay, back it up, reel it in?
Because in the comedies, I mean, we have a lot of fun with that. We have a lot of fun backstage. We just goof around with each other. With this, Doug and I actually have to like what do you tap in. Like, we have to tap in. Okay, I'm not Bethany anymore.
Usually if Bethany and I are in a room together, we're cutting up constantly, and I worried about that going into this. I was like, are we going to be able to just be serious and do this? But I mean, it's working. I mean,
now granted, when we did have a few more people coming in to help out, I won't mention names, or can I mention names? There's a few more people, that help out. They bring an element of funniness to backstage that I have to ignore sometimes. It's hard. Yeah. Sometimes Coleman I have to ignore backstage.
But
I can't break character.
To some people though, I mean, like, comedy can actually be a lot harder. But like for me, I know Bethany and I talked about this several plays ago. We were just like dying to like stretch a little bit and do something challenging, because I mean, I can go on stage and drop my pants and scream at the top of my lungs or whatever, any play. I mean, I don't even think twice. I want to.
I mean, he does that at Walmart half the time.
I mean,
like, whoa.
That's why I'm not allowed in a lot of places. Yeah. But something like this, like I wanted, and that's another reason we really wanted Jules, because we knew she would do that. We wanted someone that really pushed us and made us think about stuff we didn't necessarily want to think about sometimes, and channel some thoughts that are that are hard. I mean, I don't consider this a spoiler or anything about the play, but I walk off stage like needing tissues every performance of this show, and it's not like something that like, okay, gotta make myself cry,
Like it's a feeling
You
that
feel
you
it.
have.
It's,
yeah.
it's, a
Bring it.
real emotion.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember earlier
Get
on
that.
in our rehearsals, like I think that was the one where you took me back to the box office because you didn't want Doug to hear all of this. She's like, I want you to do this, blah, blah, blah. So we went through this part of the script, and then I came out and I did that scene, and I just cried afterwards. I was like, oh my God, that was so, there was just so much emotion.
Yeah, I
behind
could totally
that.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really therapeutic. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, definitely.
No, I mean, I think that we as humans don't want to feel all the feels. So
Right.
if you
and that's something that like she had to work on with me. It's like, okay, you need to break down some of those walls. And I'm like,
I know, but that's so hard.
But that's my security.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like that's me. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to be
Bare.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I couldn't imagine doing this with two other people than Bethany and Jules and Coleman. So
Right.
three people.
Well,
But-
no, when we first
but-
started, it was just Jules, Doug, and me.
It's
Like we
just
didn't let
because
anybody else in because it was so deep and personal. So
I trust these two people more than anything, and so I was able to open up. I don't know if that's how it worked for
yeah,
you.
it took me a little bit of time, but I remember there was it Brittany who came to one of our rehearsals or somebody, and I was like somebody's coming in here. I can't have
be a lot
anybody
of
else
people.
be in here except for Jules and Doug.
Yeah, no, and I get that. How do you overcome that? Like that barrier?
It took a lot of direction from Jules and a lot of thinking and digging and just a lot of time on my own trying to find that depth that I could allow out.
Because I think human nature in general is to laugh things off or to
totally. That's me.
Yeah, put things off by
Yeah.
humor or whatever, and then we just go on. And to actually have to do all the feels is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially when they're so complicated, like Annie's.
Yeah.
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 For sure.
There's not, and that's Bethany did a fantastic job.
Back to you, Jules.
Thank you so much. Back in the studio. Bethany did such a great job of, and I told them both that, but especially Bethany, like you cannot judge this character. You can't look and say, oh, this is just crazy Annie that, comes out here and is saying, because the language, anyone that's read the book or seen the movie knows that Annie has this sort of like childlike language. It's really foreign. And I can remember you saying like, I don't know how, you wouldn't even say it out loud.
Right.
You're like, I don't know how this is going to come out of my mouth naturally. And now I watch you do it 4 times a week and it comes out like it's just so in you and real.
Right.
And it's because she gives her a reason. Everything that there's a reason why Annie speaks like that. And it's not rooted in, it's because she's crazy. It's rooted in a hurt and a trauma. And that is more brave, be like what you were saying, the avoidance of wanting to feel.
We all do it.
Yeah. And these, all of them. And this is the only thing that has made, one of the things that's made this process so great is that none of them have been afraid to fail and to make a mistake. And we live in a world where, it's AI and there's these perfect social media cultures and everybody, you see this
And
perfect.
Snapchat filters.
And filters.
They're not fine.
They're not fine. But, they have completely said, no, we refuse that. And what they're doing is they're giving people an opportunity through their vulnerability to say like, wow, it's okay to feel that. Or
Right. I remember early on you texted me something like, you need to find what it is that you and Annie have in common and go with that. And I was like, okay. So that took a lot of time and, a lot of just thinking and imagining. And it's just come to this place where here we are at the end. And, I know we know what Kathy Bates is like, but my Annie, I love her.
Yeah.
I love my.
You don't hate her.
No, I don't.
And you don't love to hate her.
Right.
Yeah. You feel empathy for her.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
all it takes is, and because you were worried in the beginning, you're like, I don't know how I could ever do this because I couldn't do it in real life and I couldn't justify it. And I remember us talking about it, just saying like, it just takes 1 ounce of empathy and you just have to say, okay, I don't know, I would never do that, but I understand why she did it. And then when, Doug as Paul is looking at you and it in your body, you don't think about your words. It comes straight through. And when Coleman is, pressing and saying, things are a little this or that, or he's putting the pressure on you, that instinct kicks in, and it's not just this or that or me being manipulative or when, you know, and same thing for Doug with his portrayal of Paul. I think that, you know, everyone's seen Paul and he's got it figured out from the beginning. He's gonna get out. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna get his revenge. And the way that Doug has allowed himself, especially as a man, has allowed himself to need Annie and to need her and to let her in and to learn from her, like it takes so much work and strength and vulnerability. And they both seriously, that's good. It's hard to do, and they do it every single time. It's great. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Jules. Just doesn't get old. All right. So we have a few minutes left. Let's talk about, again, how do people get tickets? We need everybody to come see this production because you're going to be like so mad at yourself if you don't. Yeah.
So markaytickets.org, $15 pre-sale, $17 day of at the box office if you can't grab them before then. Friday, Saturday, 7 p.m. at the Markay, Sunday at 2 p.m.
And tickets are selling pretty quickly, actually. So
good.
Yeah.
And you can go into the Markay to buy them too. I don't know what your hours.
Yeah. 12. Thank you. 12 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday.
Do you do you pick your seat?
Yeah.
Too much.
The old, you go into the movies, picking your seat. See, I could be in the comedy too. Good. No, I'm just kidding. But no, so that's cool. So you can go in and know that you have a seat and all of that stuff. You buy your ticket. Ahead of time.
Yeah, you know where you're going. We'll have ushers to help you get to your seats.
Especially because the way that it sounds, you're not going to have kind of a lot of time. I mean, you're going to have to be there within that specific time frame, and you have a few minutes to get to your seat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The show won't actually start, but like we said, there is a show happening when you walk in already. So you kind of enter that. So yeah, and we'll have people to help you get to your seats, and it's going to be pretty great.
I have no doubt in my mind.
This show, it's got something for absolutely everyone.
Just not kids.
Except for kids, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Just not kids.
No babies.
Unless kids like the F word, and then they'll
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, my kids are prepared. They're coming to watch it, so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you do have like if you have a tween, maybe just talk to them about it ahead of time. That
my kids are 12 and 15.
So like if you want them to come, and that's totally fine. Yes. You just need to have that conversation with them.
Exactly.
Yeah, about everything.
Yeah.
All right. So, if people want to join Apple City Players, I know you said Facebook, but what would be the best way to go about doing that? Will you have information on Saturday, or Friday, Saturday this weekend?
Do you guys usually have a table?
We usually do have some stuff set out. We have some pamphlets, a little bit of information about us and things like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, and you can reach out to any of us anytime through social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can grab us after the show. Ask any of us.
Right. I have people send me messages on Facebook like, hey, I've never done anything like that before, but I kind of would like to try out for a play. And I'm like, sure, great.
Please.
Yeah.
And we do have,
Facebook message.
Yeah. And we have an annual membership meeting every February also. So that may change when we have it this coming year. It might be more like early January, but, and that's a great time for people to just come start fresh. And that's when we do a lot of our voting. We elect our board and our shows for the next season, things like that. So
very cool. So you can be a part of it, and everybody is welcome. So Coleman, this is your first play. Will it be your last?
At least for a little bit, probably. No. I mean, this probably not. I'd say probably not. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I've got different life stuff coming up and everything too. So
babies kind of take.
Yeah, like a baby's gonna kind of take up a good bit of my
babies
time.
Babies are kind of important. They take up your time.
So, once I get that more, handled.
Heard. Honey, it's
Coleman,
never gonna be
you never
handled.
get that
I hate to
handled.
tell you this,
I
but
said,
it's not going to be
more,
handled.
I said more handled.
Okay.
I didn't say handled.
You were to see the cop coming out?
Yeah.
But no,
How little does he know, right?
No, it's definitely something I'll absolutely think about, because I
Very
mean
good.
this has been great. I mean, working with all three of these people has been fantastic.
So no regrets, huh?
No.
Cool. All right. Well, we made it to 10, guys. We did so well.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, what you
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
Do it in the mic. Like, pew, 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 pew. Do it.
Pew, 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 pew.
That's good. That's
good.
subtle.
That was fine.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just fine.
It was
Just
fine.
increase it about 50%.
Like,
Yeah, we really.
pew, 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 pew.
All right.
Yeah.
But like, what was the motivation? You know what I mean? Like, where was that coming from?
Bethany told me to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Right.
can tell.
I wasn't really feeling it.
It's okay. That might not be the right choice. We'll find the right choice.
Okay, thanks,
Yeah.
guys. I appreciate
We'll work
it.
on it later.
All right.
Tell me the story.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story here in a minute. All right. Have to get out of here for the day. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks to the cast and crew of Misery for
Thanks
coming
for
in.
having
Whoop,
us.
whoop,
Thank
whoop.
Thanks for having us.
Get your tickets and come see them this weekend, whether it be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a fantastic performance right here in Jackson at the Markay. So congratulations and good luck to y'all.
Thank you.
Break a
you.
leg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not really.
Yeah, I know. All right. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, everyone.